my name is Sana and I am the CRE for Enactus DCU. And I've had the chance to film my entire year as a CRE, which will be this coming year, which will be pretty much, I will share my best tips and tricks, all the challenges that I will face, and here comes part 1. So my CRE year started actually quite a while ago now. It started in September last year, and this is when I started shadowing the CRE that we had then, and then I completely took over in April this year. So I've been in the role now for a few months, but I remember how tricky it was in the beginning just to get a grip on everything. Just looking at the CRE report where you see all your advisors, and everything just seemed like this big scary spider net where you just didn't know where to start. And that's one of the first challenges I think that I faced, just knowing where to start, knowing how to start. But I quickly realized actually how much help you get from for example, the CRE reports. And this is because you have every single contact person that you probably will need during your year. In this report, you also have all your notes from every contact you've made with every advisor throughout the whole year. And what is important to remember is make the notes as soon as you've contacted someone. Don't save it until the last day of the month when you're supposed to send it in. Just do it as soon as you have contacted someone. And since my CRE role started a little bit earlier than maybe most of yours did, I had the chance to actually try it out before I went to the CRE training, which is in June in London, which this year was completely amazing. I went there with our president and our vice president, and even though I was already kind of in the role, I just learned so much from everyone who was there. We had people from Enterprise Rent a Car who just talked about communicating and how to communicate with different people and learning how to remotely work with your network and how to best work with them. And it was just really, really great to get to share best practices and tips and just to learn from each other, because we're so many different CREs from different teams, different sizes of the team. So just being able to share like what works for your team, what works for our team, was so valuable, and it was really, really essential to actually go to this CRE training. And if you haven't been there, please log into Enactus UK and get all the information that they put on there, because this weekend was really, really helpful. And it's going to get you a clear vision for how you want to work with your team and your advisors going into this year. I know that the summer can be one of the hardest periods as a new CRE, since you might not be in the same place, in the same country as your team. You might not have weekly meetings. You don't know what's going on. Maybe your team doesn't have that much going on if you're not involved in summer action, so you don't really know how to maybe utilize your support network or how to support your team. And this can be really hard. But I think what really helped me, since I'm not in the same country as my team, is that we have these weekly meetings. Everyone from the committee, that we meet up and we talk about what happens with our project, how everything's going in summer action, and what we did before the summer, which was just building up because we knew that we were not going to be in the same place, was that we hosted an advisory board meeting just to explain what is summer action to all our advisors. And for those who wasn't there, I wrote a big newsletter explaining what summer action was, what kind of help we needed, and also what our visions and plans were for the summer for all our projects, just so that they were in the loop, because that is something that is so important. If you want to get the best out of your advisors, you need to communicate with your whole team, and then also communicate to all your advisors and keep them updated all the time, because they are a part of your team as well. And it's really important that that you know them and you know their strengths, because then it also gets easier to ask them for help. Then ask them, what part do you want to have in our team, and what is your strengths? Do you want to come in and host workshops? Do you want to do this or that? Do you want to, be a go-to person for one project? So it's really, really important to get to know them. And this will also help you, and it will also help them to make sure that you get the most out of it. So, my best tips as a new CRE are, first of all, introduce yourself. Second of all, take the time to talk to every single advisor individually. This way you will know their strengths and what kind of part that they want to have in your team. Third of all, make sure that you keep them updated at all times, even if it's through newsletters or if you call them every week, you email them every week, just make sure that you contact them. Fourth tip is communicate, both with all your advisors but also with your team. You need to be able to know what's actually going on so that you can help them in the best possible way. And the fifth tip is please keep organized. It's gonna help you so much. And that was it. See you in part 2.